Yeah. Didn't realize that either.
Hey, Coach, can you step up just a step more? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach, that's quite an emphatic high five there to Zion there. Seems pretty fired up.
Is that what you read into that? Huh? It had zero to do with basketball. That was it. Nah, he went through practice. Yeah, Okay, he went through an actual practice, so that's about it. I mean, he still standing, still shooting free throws, so everything's fine.
So he did everything with you guys today?
He did, yes.
So is there still any possible way he gets to play on this West Coast road trip, or is that too soon to talk?
No, that won't happen. I'm pretty sure of that one. Yeah.
Is there a date you think he can return?
Sometime in the next 2 months. How about that? Yeah.
So how
No, I don't know. There's no date. I mean, we just have to take it a day at a time, and I know that's typical, but we really do have to take it a day at a time and see what kind of progress he makes. See what happens after he goes through practices and things like that. But as we said, and we'll continue to say, we'll put him out there and he'll play when the time is right for him to do that. What that is, I'm not real sure of, but I know that he's making progress. That's the thing that matters most.
So this is the first time Zion's gone through a full practice since the knee injury?
Yeah, it is. And, it wasn't, we didn't do a ton of really hard things today. But, he'll continue to practice, and we'll continue to monitor his progress, and we'll make decisions based on that.
Just from what you were able to see, just how was he moving around? How did he look? Did he kind of look the way you expected him to
I think it's typical as anything, he's moving, he's moving good, but, obviously there's going to always be some reservations until, you get total confidence back in what you're doing, but that would be in any situation, so it's not anything unusual at all about that. But, he's moving, he practiced, and that's a good start.
Since he's available to return to game action, have you given any thought on how you want to integrate him back into the regular rotation?
Not really, because that part of that's going to come from the medical staff, so it's not going to be totally our decision, we're coaches, so we'll try to play him 45 minutes, 48 minutes if we could. So, but, obviously that's something that will be monitored and talked about, and we'll sit down and discuss that when the time comes.
Well, how do you, having seen him in preseason and having coached this group now for 30-something games, where do you feel his strengths kind of match up with what you guys need, and do you think he'll mesh pretty well, just coming back?
I think you would just have to go back to the preseason and see, what he was doing in those situations. Obviously, he's a very good passer, he can get you into the bonus because of the physicality that he plays with. So those are just some of the things that you see. And, obviously, we'll have to, look at things again. And, obviously we had some things that was specific to him that we'll have to put back in. But, that'll happen when the time comes. Right now, our concentration has to be on, the guys that we have right now, and, we're playing pretty good basketball. How do we maintain what we're doing and continue to try to improve?
It took you guys, with all these new faces, about 20 to 30 games to kind of figure out how to play together, and now bringing Zion back, in some ways, do you think you kind of have to start that process over? It's going to be a different process, trying to figure out how to work this new team together with him?
It'll be a good process. It'll be good to try to figure that one out. Okay, so I don't see a negative in that in any kind of way. So
during Zion's absence, Brandon has kind of established himself as a go-to scorer for this team. Just when you look down the road a little bit, how do you just feel about that pairing at the forward positions for you?
Oh, I think both of them are good young players, and they're going to continue to get better. Like I said, we don't have any idea because we hadn't seen him in these situations, Zion. So, we'll just continue to take it day by day and step by step, and hopefully both of those guys are going to be very good players and very good young players. So look at them as cornerstones to our franchise, really.
I saw him talking to Jeff. Was he trying to soak up as much as he can from the coaches to try and get back up to
Yeah,
speed
but he's done that before. I mean, even when we didn't have him in full practices, we walked through a lot of things with him every day, and we talked to him about, certain system things that he'll have to know. So, he's a very bright kid, but until you're actually out there, and participating, it's hard to understand. You can't do it by just sitting on the sideline. You have to actually be participating, and he's starting to do that, and I think, he'll catch on pretty easily.
The Western, I know you don't look at standings, and you've said that a lot of times, but
I don't.
When you
Especially right now.
when you've gone through a 13-game losing streak and you look up and you're still not that far behind because the 8 seed is a little softer than it usually is, does it give a little motivation, a little confidence, a little anything that kind of gets you through, these next
Well,
few
I
weeks?
think for us, I mean, the whole thing is that we have to continue to try to improve. We talk about trying to establish something at home, as we always have. And then we talked about playing solid on the road and giving yourself an opportunity to win games in the last 3 or 4 minutes. So that's still going to be our goal, and that's still what we have to look at. We're not in a position right now to look at standings, but we're in a position to look at, how we're doing as a team and are we getting better. I think that's the goal that we have to look for right now. And if we take care of that, then I think the other would take care of itself.
I know he's still a rookie, hasn't played his first game, but having him eventually come back, do you think there are certain areas where he can help you, where you guys need help right now?
Well, I just think he'll help you, getting into the bonus. That's the one thing that we've struggled with. We hadn't gotten to the line very often. I think he's a guy that can probably get you to the line more. He'll create, bonus situations where fouls will become foul shots. And just having his presence on the floor, but as I said, in these situations, that's a day-to-day thing. Our emphasis still has to be on how we get this group better right now. And when he becomes available to play, I think it'll be an easy transition, but it's still going to be an adjustment for him.
Thank you all. Thank you. I appreciate it.